happy Wednesday as always. So we are here today talking about planning for your party or summer barbecue. So of course, all of these tips and suggestions that we're going to be talking about today can be applicable not just during summer. Think back to your holiday session or birthday parties or any time that you have an opportunity to be able to get out and do something with others. I don't want you to feel afraid. I feel like I have a lot of clients that say it brings them anxiety to, go somewhere, and they're always like, oh, the temptations, and I don't know what's going to happen, and I don't know what's going to be available, and I don't know what I'm going to do. So we are going to be talking about tips today to help you plan for success. So first and foremost, we want to bring a dish that is on plan, that is something that we want to enjoy, that we don't have to feel guilty about. And so oftentimes we will end up in crossover land or a heavy S when we are doing parties, okay? So if that is the case, I encourage you guys to find an FP that you can enjoy and bring with you, okay? For me, I usually sign up for like a fruit and veggie tray. It's quick, it's easy, and it's something that I know I can bring and I can consume. And so I actually have my Trim Healthy Mama original cookbook here with me because I wanted to share one of the dips that I love to bring to parties. And it's one of the ones that doesn't have a picture. So I don't know if you guys are like me, but the ones that don't have pictures are usually the ones that everybody doesn't really perform. They don't like pick those because there's not a pretty picture, like you're skimming through and you're like, yeah, I don't know about that one, right? So this is the cheesy kale dip is what I'm talking about. And it is on page 467 of the Trim Healthy Mama cookbook. And so I will tell you, after you make this cheesy kale dip, you will see why they did not put a picture. It is not very pretty, but it is so tasty. I made it this week, actually, to have some vegetables just as like an afternoon snack. And my husband came home on Monday and he was like, oh my gosh, babe, that was really good. And I'm like, right? It's like legit. And it's an FP. I actually double the recipe every time that I make it. And then later on during the week, look for a post because I'm going to actually put it on top of a chicken breast and put it into the oven and make it into like a creamy, cheesy chicken dish too. So tidbit just for you there. But you could always bring a salad if you want to instead of a veggie dip. And you can always bring something that is an S. A lot of times I will bring a couple of things because I have people that really love my broccoli salad. I will post that below. That is an S, and it is always requested from certain people when I go to barbecues, especially family gatherings. So I'll take that, or maybe even I will take a crossover and do a potato salad or something of that nature. But that doesn't mean that that is my staple. I always try to bring an FP, so then that way I have that staple there in case I need it, and I can fill up on that. And when I talk about filling up, one of the things that I want you to do is make sure on your way to your party, you want to make sure that you have your water, okay? And so it's summertime. It's easy for us to bring our water everywhere we go. But I will say on the way there, I want you to try to consume at least 8 ounces of water. If you can consume a little bit more, that's okay. That's even better. And I want you to have gum in your purse, okay? And so peppermint and cinnamon are actually natural appetite suppressants. And so if you can have them in, you can drink all of your water. And then before you walk in, make sure that you have your gum in your mouth and know, hey, I'm going to chew my gum until it's time for me to eat, because then that avoids the little mindless like picking that ends up kind of happening, right? Okay. So it would be awesome too if you could fuel on your way, knowing that everyone always says, okay, we're going to eat at 3, but it didn't actually happen until 5. And by 5, you're hangry, gnawing off your right arm and going, I don't care what I eat right now, if it's on plan or off plan, I just need something to get in my belly, right? So fuel on the way, and then make sure you have something there that you can choose to fill up your plate with as well, okay? So when we talk about a plate, what I want you to kind of look for is, I know this is going to sound funny, but I want you to go to the dessert table do not pick up any of the desserts, but pick up a dessert plate, okay? Bring it back to the main course table. And I want you to just look at what everything is first before you go through the line. And so for me, I know that I take a little bit more time. And so I will oftentimes let others go ahead of me because I don't like having people behind me and me feeling like pressured to like pick this or pick that, or, oh, did I really want that? Or how much of this do I want? But that's just me. You know, you guys know I am type A OCD. And so I just kind of let everybody filter through. And then I come back at the end. And so I'll take my little dessert plate because this allows me to have proper proportions, and I will fill up half of it with veggies. Okay, so automatically, like I already kind of have my plate in my mind of like what I'm gonna do with it, and I know half of it needs to be veggies. And so I'll go back to something that I have brought and I'll fill up half of it with veggies, and then there should be a protein there on the side that is, you know, a chicken, or, you know, a chicken leg, or possibly a barbecue. So the thing is, a lot of times we're kind of iffy on those sauces, right? Do the sauces have sugar? Do they not? You know, what is this actually made with, right? So when we are at a party, I would encourage you, if you can, have a protein that's a supplement. You know, if you have a salad and you brought grilled chicken, that's a great way for you to make sure that you had the protein in. Or, you know, if you wanted to take your water and sub that out for a sipper, you could be putting a sipper in, you know, as you're at the party, where you have something that's a little bit more fun to drink, but it does have a little bit more protein in it too, because I know protein is sometimes difficult when we talk about parties. But more oftentimes than not, that's going to be a mainstay. It's going to be a staple that's there. So the other thing that I want you to make sure that you do is look and survey everything before you kind of go through the line, okay? If you have your dessert plate and you know, hey, I know this isn't going to fill me up, then that's completely okay. That's not a problem. The biggest thing is that we want to make sure that we are staying within proper proportions. So if you need seconds because it is a dessert plate, then that's okay, and don't feel guilty about that, okay? If you need to make it be a crossover, that's okay as well. The biggest thing is we want to make sure that we have a nice balance of vegetables with our meat. We want to balance out and add an extra fiber to help fill us up, more so than the additives from, you know, the wings or the heavy laden things that can kind of add up really quickly when we talk about added fats, okay? So I know it was short and simple this week, but there are some good tips for you the next time that you are going to be at a party or a barbecue, okay? I'll go over them one more time. We're going to drink water on the way and pack gum to make sure that we pop into our mouth before we hit the door and we go inside. If you have a sipper, that would be great to bring into the party. If you could fuel on the way to the party, that would be wonderful as well. We want to survey everything that's at the party before we put anything on our plate. Our plate, we should have a dessert plate if possible, and we're going to make sure that half of that plate is going to be veggies. So just a few little tips to take with you and encourage you. I hope you guys all have wonderful parties and get-togethers to get to go to this summer. Relax, enjoy. Don't let it give you anxiety, but know if you have a plan for success, you can succeed at your next party. So have a great rest of your day, guys. If you're watching this on the replay, #replay for me. And if you guys have any questions or suggestions about weekly lives from here on out, do know that you can put those in the comments below. And I would love to hear about what you guys would want me to speak about. It encourages me, and it also helps me out with content. If you guys already know something that you have a question about, let me know below, and I will see you guys next week with an answer.